Man, this comic book sucks. And the reviews online said it was good. I wasted my money. Why didn't somebody tell me?
Hey everybody, this is Spinner Rack. This is PD. We also have
Calvin Ellis, we're ready to rock.
We're back. We've been covering this Dark Knights or Dark Knight, whichever one they go by, but right now it's the Dark Knights and we're still with Metal issue 2. And this thing has been, this is literally a it's a motorcycle chase in the comic book. A lot of things is happening in this one. The Justice League, Batman is on the run, and they also have all the classic DC characters, all throughout the book. A lot of things are happening. The only problem is, why are they chasing Batman? Can anyone tell me why? I'm asking you. I know he knows. It's going to be a rough answer, but I don't know why the Justice League are chasing after Batman, and it doesn't work out in Batman or the Justice League's favor. So what's going on in this issue is very confusing.
Yeah. There's a lot of things going on. Now, the problem isn't that there are a lot of things going on. The problem is that they're all bad.
Well, wait a second. As in bad, what do you mean? You mean bad as far as storytelling?
Yes.
Bad as far as characterization?
Yes.
Bad as far as just being just like there's no point in doing it?
Yes.
Okay, there's some compelling arguments to say. It's very compelling, but I mean, what about the chase itself?
Okay.
What about Batman being chased by his friends? Like, what would you say? I mean, Batman has a secret that he can't let them know.
Okay.
So they're chasing him, right? That's what's happening.
It's not often that you get a work that is unreadable and you still have to do it. But this is one of those cases. And this has been going on since, look, I said this from the first. Because where are we now? We're in Metals 2. We already had Metal, we had the casting. We had the casting.
And we had the Forge.
The Forge. And then we went over, so we're 4 issues into this slop fest. And we're like, okay, what was this supposed to be about? And I said it before, if you want to tell a Batman story, just tell a Batman story.
And I said, if you want to know a Hawkman story, tell a Hawkman story.
Okay,
right.
if it's supposed to be cosmic,
yes,
you got to tell a cosmic story.
Mm-hmm.
However, most cosmic stories don't lend themselves to Batman because he's not a cosmic character. Once you throw Batman in there, it becomes, to be honest, some of this, that chase is slapstick. At the end of the day, hey, it's Clayface.
Because they put that on, what's the name, Bleeding Cool? They got fooled. They showed the Superman, going through Batman's heart. And you're like, again? We had to say again because it happened in the Injustice thing.
Yep.
So.
And so we get, look, the whole chase thing is, without giving away too much of the comic, like Petey said, Batman has a secret. He doesn't want to share it with anyone in the Justice League. The belief is only he can take care of this, which makes no damn sense at the end of the day. That's why you have the Justice League. If Batman could take care of it, the rest of the Justice League could be off doing whatever the hell they needed to. Obviously, this is not the case. So he puts in a doppelganger in the form of Clayface, which somehow fools Superman because it has some sort of nanites or some nonsense of that nature, which is ridiculous at the end of the day.
Clayface isn't even his friend.
I know. But Clayface is willing to do it. Why? Because we can fool Superman and Wonder Woman. So we're fooling who? We fool Superman with senses that can't be fooled and the Goddess of Truth. With the whole lasso, she couldn't sort it out either. They were just like, we don't know what the hell is going on at this point. They finally catch up to him, which I gave them credit for. I thought they would never catch up to him. Yeah. I thought this was going to be wacky races, for the entire thing. And they catch up to him, and he's still spieling the same stuff. I got to do this. I got to do this. And it's the worst. See, this is the worst characterization of Batman, when he's this guy who seems to know everything, but he's not going to tell anyone. Why can't he tell anyone? Because the moment that he tells someone, from a writing standpoint, he's no longer unique in the story. Because now we all know, so since we all know we can help you out and take care of it, and then Batman is going to fall back to the, to the recesses of the story. So he's got to hold on to it, at least until the very end, and then maybe he can get back over it. The other heroes look totally inept and foolish. Mm-hmm. Batman comes across as a jerk, and then the introduction of all of these different metal, like Ephorium, Inf Metal, it's too much in this sort of story. What type of story is this supposed to be? It's not a detective story. It's not a cosmic story. It's not a supernatural story. It's not a magic story. It's not an adventure story. It's not science fiction. What is it? It's an amorphous glob that just keeps moving forward because we have 15 variant covers every issue. And hey, it's like Pokemon. Got to catch them all at the end of the day.
Well, that being the point you brought up made that I want to just build on when you said, well, you didn't say what I wanted you to say, which was it was almost the Laugh Olympics of chasing after Batman. So they had that.
What was that one? Catch the Pigeon?
Yeah. So you have this scene with this chase going on, but one of the other things that bothered me is that it reflects back to the last Joker story that they did, that Batman died fighting the Joker, like they killed each other. Like Batman didn't even win the last fight. And he's got this Joker card in his face. Like, this means this guy really shouldn't be writing Batman. But then Batman's recreated, but makes whatever happens in the Batcave, they recreate both Batman and the Joker. This is too cosmic. But like, this is why Stan Lee and Ditko couldn't work together, because he's like, hey, the Green Goblin's you want him to be a mummy, is too cosmic for Spider-Man. And they made it into the whole movie thing and didn't reveal his identity. Like, some things, this is a ground level character, Batman. Don't have this cosmic stuff happening in the Batcave. And then Batman loses, like, hey, once you look at what he says, like, Chrono's looking for it, but Batman, once you look for something, you might not find it, and they all become these evil versions of Batman. And we just want to give you a quick overview of the issues that have come out so far, which is the Red Death, which is like, what was it, like a Dark Flash?
Yeah.
And the Murder Machine. Like, these books, as you said, are totally unreadable. Like, it starts off with Batman's chasing the Flash, saying, I need the Space Force, and the Speed Force. And it's like, what is going on here?
No, it is. It's wacky races. And somebody's thinking, oh, this is so cool. I got Batman on a motorbike chasing after the Flash. I'm like, no, this is not cool at all. It undercuts so much of the character.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much fan service for Batman. It's such a wild piece of fan fiction at the end of the day. But the biggest thing is that somebody said yes to this. Now, the bigger problem that I have with it is that you already had, we had Rebirth. Mm-hmm. And the whole idea with Rebirth is there was this bigger storyline going on. Now, they said somehow this is supposed to tie into it, and this isn't. This is literally a slapstick Batman, fest for a few issues written by Scott Snyder. So we have a top writer. Capullo's doing the art. So
yes,
you got Capullo's art, which is also very popular. You got a ton of variant covers, so they're definitely going to pull in the money on it. Mm-hmm. I mean, some guy was just chasing me down the other day because my local comic store has one of these variant covers for it. And I was like, what's that an issue for? And they was like, oh, it's for metal. And I was like, this is a great cover, but that's it. Mm-hmm. Okay, you got covers that are selling for $60, $100 because of the rarity, but not the story. Not because this is going to be, not because the story has the gravitas and the weight that it should, if it's supposed to be a part or integral to what Rebirth is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And Rebirth is supposed to be wrapping up this year. It's supposed to be. No, I'm sorry, not this year. It's supposed to wrap up next year.
It's not wrapping up.
I know. They said it's supposed to. I mean, see, the only way I'm going to know exactly how poorly executed this is when Doomsday Clock comes out. When I read Doomsday Clock, if the first two issues of that are solid, then right over here, all somebody needed to do is come over to Scott and say, look, Scott, what is it that you want to do with this? Okay, take this out, take this out, leave Batman, and there you go.
Yes.
Take everything else and you should be right there. Because other than that, it just really comes across as, it just comes across as like wacky races once more. That's the only thing that comes across. But like, hey, let's see what kind of, new fandangled motorbike we can put this dude on and then just let he keep him going. And it's just not a good story at the end. It's the Forge stuff. The metal stories you can actually read and like, okay, this is oddball, but it's okay. But then you have the tertiary stories about it, the tributary stories, and they're just totally off. They're just some totally oddball, unreadable stuff at the end of the day. But hey, what do I know? You guys are buying it. You guys are making this #1.
Well, I would have to correct one thing and agree with the other. I'll do the latter first. This is fan service for Batman. So if you're a Batman fan, you're going in, you're getting all your key Batman smarter than everybody else in this story. That's what you're going for. You're getting it. It's just too wacky for me, but you're getting that stuff. The correction I'll make is that it connects back to Rebirth stories like Court of Owls and that Endgame with the Joker, but it's dumb. is bad. Like, it doesn't work with these stories, these Batman stories, which you look, if you liked Endgame, anyone who's crazy enough to like Endgame, and you like Batman just got resurrected because of this nth metal, like, if you liked Court of Owls and you connected, you killed the whole Court of Owls stories because you connected with this metal thing. Leave Court of Owls alone. You had this story, it had some flaws, but it was well written how everything played out. I have some issues, but you have a solid story. Don't connect it to your big, this is your Secret Wars. It's just like, we're just trying to make money here. Don't connect it. Leave those things alone. This Court of Owls is going to keep selling. It doesn't need a connection to remind people to go back and go collect some more Court of Owls. It's a solid story. Move on. That's what I got to say. It doesn't connect. It didn't work. You tried, and it's bad, and you're doing a cosmic story, and what you need to do is do the Hawkman story, involve all these other characters, and then move forward. Not Batman and delay the story, because we want to see a good story. We don't want to see Batman being chased in the swamp and then like have Bleeding Cool say, "Yeah, Capullo's doing Swamp Thing later." It's like, we can't even focus on this metal because it's just so ridiculous. It's not going to get, people are going to tear apart like Batman Odyssey. They're not going to tear apart metal because it's like, the dialogue. We like the dialogue. He understands that, the captions or whatever, but it's a bad story, guys. Sorry to say. You got your Batman fans, you got what you wanted, but for the rest of us, what do we got? What do we got? We got nothing. Sorry. That's all we got for today. There's no score that's going to work out for this one, so.
I will leave with a quote of a young man who was given his breakfast, and he picked up the toast, and he said, "What the hell is this? What the hell is this?"
The Murder Machine. If you go and see the Murder Machine, you'll see.
You can't you can't tell people to even read it.
You see that. You see any of the, what we got Batman, the Batman who kills, the Batman who laughs, or whatever. The Batman who laughs is coming soon. So this is supposed to be a
the bottom line is, the bottom line is, regardless of how much we may like a book or don't like a book, you guys are the readers. You make it popular. You're going to make it end. That's what I would love to hear. Okay, in the comments, if you're reading this, what is it about this you like?
Yes.
And please don't tell me, you gotta like really look at your comment. It can't be this generic. I like Batman and this. What from the story are you getting? If it's a generic thing, then bottom line is, you just want to see Batman always in a place where he's on top,
yes,
or he's a forefront, and that may work. But at the end of the day, it may work for him, but it doesn't work for the story overall. If it doesn't work for the story, eventually you're not going to get these. Eventually no amount of variant covers is going to be able to sell this.
So thank you guys. It's still going. It's still big. Metal is doing the numbers, as they say. And please comment, and we can battle it out in the comment section. Thank you.
Thanks, Spinnerack. You saved me money.